Hey folks, welcome back to the RJ Fix channel. I'm R.
I'm Jay.
Today we're going to be talking about changing the cabin air filter on the 2019 to 2023 Toyota RAV. The procedure that we're going to show you today is identical for all trim levels. The cabin air filter is the filter that takes the particulates out of the outside air before it reaches the HVAC system and blows into the passenger compartment. That filter is located behind the glove box. So to access it, we have to get the glove box out of the way. We open up our glove box. Top tip, I recommend removing everything from the glove box because this door eventually will be inverted and everything will fall out. So remove all your stuff. To get the door out of the way, we first look at this damper over on the right-hand side, and we have to remove that. All we're going to do is pull it straight this way off of this pin, and we leave it hang. The second thing is the door has molded pins that go this way, right about here and one on the other side, that travel along with the door to prevent the door from overextending. Well, in this case, we want to overextend the door, so we're going to squeeze the door itself to get past the block on the dashboard panel. When we look inside, we see here's our filter. It's behind this compartment door right here. What I'm showing you is white plastic. I've seen them in black plastic, and it's the exact same procedure. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this cover off of the compartment. There are two tabs on the right-hand side, which we squeeze together, and I'll show you that when we get it off. And then we rotate it out slightly from the right-hand side and then pull it gently to the right, and the cover comes off. Now, what we did was we squeezed these two tabs together, and then these two prongs were in a receiver. So we squeezed, pulled away, and then pulled the door away from the receiver to clear these pins. The next thing we do is we're going to take the filter out. Now, the filter is mounted in a carrier. When you take it out, you want to take it out gently and level. The last time Jay and I did this, there was all kinds of particulate, there was dead bugs, there was all kinds of stuff in the top of the filter, and you don't want to jerk it around and have all that stuff fall into the air channel. So the airflow on this car goes from top down. The air is sucked in and goes through the filter this way. Jay and I tested it the last time we changed this filter. We got a small lightweight piece of paper. We turned the car on, we put the fans on, we stuck our piece of paper in the filter compartment, and we tested which way the paper flexed, and we can see the airflow. So we know that the airflow goes straight down this way. Now that's going to be significant in a minute. This plastic carrier is reusable. This we're going to retain. So all we're going to do is take the filter medium out of the carrier by releasing it past these prongs and pulling it straight out. Now we put the new filter medium in the carrier. Now notice there are some arrows. On the carrier, if you can see it, there's an arrow pointing up, and it actually says up next to it. The filter that we purchased has arrows facing down for the direction of airflow. So we would want to put this in this way so that the air flows down. Now that's confusing to some folks because they have one arrow facing up and they have one arrow facing down, right? But this one is talking about airflow. If I showed you the original, it's kind of dirty, I don't know if you can see it, but the original has a different type of arrow on the filter. You see it has an arrow pointing up and up. So this arrow on this model is telling us to place it this way by giving us the up direction. The new filter is telling us to place it this way by giving us the airflow direction. So that's just something to be careful about when you put it in. To put the filter in the carrier, just slide it into the carrier just the way you took the other one out. When it's seated, it'll be in place, and these prongs will be seated over the top to hold it in. Okay? Be gentle, it's only paper. Now, when we put this in, notice we talked about the carrier having the up. We're going to place it in this way. So we're going to come back to our filter compartment, and we're going to press the filter straight back in. Okay, there's a little spring in the back to help force it out. Then we have to put our door back on. Now the door also has an arrow on it with the word up, so we know that it goes in this way. First we're going to engage these pins in their receiver this way, and then we're going to snap it in. Now you're going to have my head in the way for just a moment. So I've engaged the pins on the left side. Oh, these will go under the carrier, so you're going to have to kind of fish them in. And then listen for the snap. Do you hear that? That was those squeeze prongs catching. The filter cover is now in place. The prongs on the left-hand side are engaged in their receivers. The cover was rotated in and pressed into the receiver for these prongs. Essentially, that's it. Now we just do the reverse to put it back together. We're going to take our door. We're going to put the door back in so that these pins once again engage behind the dashboard face so that they prevent the door from overextending. And you don't have to squeeze it. All you got to do is press it in place and it goes in. We're going to put our damper back on, which is a slight extension and then a press in place. Close the door and we're done. Overall, this should take no more than about 15 minutes to do. It's pretty simple.
Thank you so much for coming with us, guys. Maybe drop us a like if you enjoyed it, if you found this helpful, and if you want to see what we get up to next, maybe subscribe. Thank you so much.
Bye.